The Mischievous Promise. Once upon a time in a bustling city, there lived a mischievous boy named Max. Max was known for his playful nature and his knack for getting into trouble. He had a head full of curly red hair that seemed to match his fiery personality. One sunny morning, Max's mom called him into the living room. "Max, I have an important task for you today," she said with a serious tone. "I need you to go to the grocery store and pick up some eggs for our breakfast." Max, however, was more interested in joining his friends for a game of soccer. "Sure, Mom," he replied with a mischievous twinkle in his eyes. "I promise I'll go to the store right away." With that, Max hurried out the door, leaving his mother hopeful that he would keep his word. As he dashed through the streets, he came across his friends, Jake and Lily, who were eagerly waiting for him. "Hey Max, come play with us," Jake called out, waving his arms excitedly. Max couldn't resist the temptation. "Just one quick game, and then I'll go to the store," he assured them. The minutes turned into hours as Max lost track of time, engrossed in the thrilling soccer match. Meanwhile, back at home, his mother grew increasingly worried. She had expected him to return long ago. As the golden sun began to set, Max's conscience finally caught up with him. "I made a promise," he muttered, realizing the weight of his words. "I need to honor my commitment." Racing against time, Max sprinted to the grocery store. He arrived panting and exhausted, but determined to fulfill his promise. With trembling hands, he carefully picked up a carton of eggs and approached the cashier. "I'm sorry I'm late," Max confessed, his voice filled with remorse. "I promised my mom I would come straight here, but I got carried away with my friends." The kind-hearted cashier smiled at him. "It's never too late to make things right, young man. Your honesty is commendable." Max nodded, realizing the impact of his actions. He paid for the eggs and hurried back home, his steps filled with newfound responsibility. When Max finally entered the front door, he found his mother waiting for him with a mix of relief and concern. "Max, where have you been?" "I was worried sick." Breathing heavily, Max held out the carton of eggs. "I'm sorry, Mom. I promised you I would go to the store, and I didn't keep my word. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again." His mother's stern expression softened into a warm smile. "Max, I'm glad you understand the importance of honoring your commitments. A promise is more than just words, it's a reflection of our character." From that day forward, Max learned to value his promises. He understood that keeping his word showed respect and responsibility. Whether it was finishing his homework, helping his friends, or fulfilling his obligations, Max became known as the boy who honored his commitments. Moral of the story: honoring commitments is a mark of integrity. Our words hold great power, and by keeping our promises, we earn the trust and respect of those around us.